initiate Vigilante mode.
There's been a lot of interesting entertainment in the last few weeks. This is sort of catching up on a few things that I did promise to talk about on the channel, which is in particular Stranger Things. And let's get started. So Stranger Things is a Netflix original series. It just had its first season, sort of wrapped that up. It is created and directed and produced by these guys, the Duffer Brothers. Now the big story about this is that they basically went to every network, more or less, I think at least 13, and they shopped this thing around. Everybody rejected it. They didn't think that a TV show that's sort of led by kids would do well, but with a serious tone. I tell you, Netflix is the place to go if you have an original idea that's more alternative, and I think that Netflix has some of the best original content. I mean, who could really argue with that at this point? Ultimately, the show is about a sort of, small town family, and their son, Will, goes missing. Now, Will is within the sort of clique of little middle school friends. They are basically on the hunt for him, while also the town sheriff is also on the hunt, as well as Will's mom, which is played by Winona Ryder. Really nice to see Winona Ryder again, since Spock's mom, I guess. Because I always liked her as a kid, in Beetlejuice and stuff like that. Without giving spoilers away for people who haven't seen it, the show is awesome, okay? I really like it. It really does speak to me. It's kind of like an amalgamation of everything you loved about the 80s, the music, the films, it's got a lot of Spielberg and John Carpenter and Stephen King influence just rolled into this little pie of cool TV. It's definitely well acted, and without a doubt, the breakout star of this show is Millie Bobby Brown, who plays Eleven. And Eleven, let me just say, the first time I did see this character on the screen, I mean, who else thought that she was a dude? I mean, I thought she was a boy. Her acting is great. She's so believable as this sort of kid that's been a part of that kind of government experiment thing. It's only 8 episodes. But definitely it leaves you wanting a lot more. The whole cast is just so great on the show, and I cannot wait to see season 2. There's a lot of theories going out there about what's gonna happen and the whole thing with this other dimension stuff, the upside down. We'll find out. I can't wait to see what happens next. I just hope it doesn't take too long because I am ready for some more. Next television show I wanted to just quickly talk about, it was a limited series on HBO called The Night Of. Now this is definitely more of an adult television show. It stars Riz Ahmed. I'm really enjoying his work right now. Can't wait to see what he does in Rogue One. He was recently in Jason Bourne. And I really love this show. It kind of reminded me of 12 Angry Men a little bit, which is a play I love, a film I love. It's really about kind of proving the innocence of this young guy who's basically accused of murdering this young woman after they have kind of a one-night stand. And it's just very intricate, perplexing kind of courtroom investigative drama, but it does go a little deeper than Law and Order show would go because there's so much more interpersonal dynamics between the characters, and it's really well done. I thought beautifully shot. I would wonder if they could continue this series or maybe spin it into an anthology series where they do kind of a similar story or something like that. I haven't seen True Detective, but these basic television network original series are just really slaying it right now. The third television show I want to talk about just premiered a few days ago, and it is called Luke Cage. Now, I've been looking forward to this. Obviously, I'm a Marvel fan. Marvel, yeah. I did sort of take a peek at some of the Rotten Tomatoes reviews a little bit. I don't like to invest too much. I really like to go in with my own thought process and not have it affected by what I hear. But of course, I was very curious. I was really looking forward to it. I worked on the TV show for one episode and haven't seen the episode yet, so when I do see that episode, I'll let you know where to spot me. Okay, so I watched the first 3 episodes. To be honest, the series is off to a kind of a slow start. I really love the vibe and the tone of the show. I think it's got a great kind of somber, but also got a sense of humor. And I really love the kind of Harlem that they created. It definitely does feel real. Way more real than the Harlem that they did in the Incredible Hulk movie. The thing that I'm a little confused about is how Alfre Woodard is playing 2 characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, she played a character in Captain America Civil War, and then she plays a totally different character in this. And I feel it doesn't take like a really keen-eyed person to recognize that they're the same actor. Wouldn't have thought that Marvel would have done that, but it seems like a little bit of a overlooking maybe that small detail. Plus, the television and the film Marvel worlds are a little bit more disconnected, at least on a administrative level. That said, she is great in the show, and of course Mike Coulter as Luke Cage is great. The awesome guy who I, chatted up at the shoot. He was really, really a sweet man. I do like where it's going, but I just want a little bit more action. I mean, maybe that's sounds like super meat-headed of me or something, but more fights. He's tailor-made for that. So far, there's only been really one awesome fight. Waiting for it to kind of heat up. Now, I was involved in an episode that did have a slight bit of action that I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes, because if I were to say anything about it, it would be a huge spoiler. Looking forward to seeing where it goes. I will catch up with you on where I'm at with that once I, finish the show. And it does make me wonder, where is this Infinity War thing going? From what I'm hearing, they're gonna sprinkle in some of these Netflix characters. We'll see. So that's all I have to say basically about some of the recent television on that little box thing. To make sure that you guys are aware of the short film that I have coming out called Sheet. The release date for the short will be October 28th by hook or by crook. I will let you know if there's any delays, hopefully not, because I'm also planning on having an event for the release of the film, and it's going to be a little bit of a Halloween party. Let's help this movie get out there, just have a good time and celebrate independent film. It's a like page on Facebook, so you can check that out. If anything, you can friend me on Facebook and I'll link you to it. There will also be a like page on Facebook for just the channel itself, Vigilante Mode Productions. I'll share it with your friends if you like this kind of stuff. And that's pretty much all I have to say in my rambling sort of plugging of my own stuff. As always, guys, you can like, share, and subscribe to Vigilante Mode Reviews on YouTube. It costs you nothing. It won't spam your email that much, I don't think. I think it lets you know when there's a video. I don't really know. Twitter @HaynesJordan. Instagram @Vigilante Mode. Also check out my recording of this podcast I did with the Soul Glow Project podcast. Yeah. I'll put all those links down in the description. And I'm out of breath and I need some orange juice now because I feel like I'm getting a cold. Until next time.
Vigilante mode.